We live in the absolute peak era of life right now. You can talk to anyone in an instant on your phone, travel the world, play Helldivers for 8 hours straight. We literally have access to every single tool required to make our life seamless, hyper efficient, and just stress free. So, why does everyone I know just feel completely burnt out? It seems that everyone is dead either from like school or work or even just on the weekends. People just are dead. And I feel like it's because we stopped treating life like it's something to actually live and we just started to treat it like a business we have to manage every single day. We've allowed the internet to just convince us that we're not optimizing every single waking second, like those alpha males that you see on TikTok, that we're literally failing in life. And honestly, it's exhausting. And I want to talk about that in today's video. Because me, myself personally, I kind of fell into this trap. On TikTok, I'm scrolling and then I got super optimized in my life for probably, I'd say, like, I don't know, a year and a half. I'd wake up, hit the gym, eat super clean, go to bed on time, get my supplements in, this, that, everything in between. And I'd say for like, I don't know, majority of 2026, I've kind of fallen out of that. I won't lie. Like, yeah, I'll maybe go to the gym like a couple days a week anymore, but it's not something, at the forefront of my mind. And honestly, I've been enjoying life a lot more. It's not like I'm so stressed out over these little things I was focused on every day. So that's kind of what this video is about, going over those things and kind of also we want to go over how to stop them too. That's going to be at the end of that. So stick around for that. But anyways, yeah. The first point I want to make that over optimization just absolutely kills in your life if you ever decide to do it is it just is the death of any casual hobby in your life. It used to be if you like something, you would just do it. If you played a game when you got home after work, you would just sit back, relax, kick your feet up and, chill with your friends. But anymore, if I ever load up a game with my friends, I don't know if you guys can relate, but if I ever get home from work and if I play with my friends, it is never just, casual gaming. No, it is blood, sweat, and tears on the battlefield. If you ever load up R6 with your boys, you completely understand what I'm saying right now. There is zero nice comments coming out of anyone's mouth. It's either dumbass, how did you not see that? That's not a call out, or anything else in between. I mean, there's just zero fun. No one's having fun. It's just not, no. It's not happening there. But I'm not saying that's over optimization in a sense, but like once you start to lean into more of the modern internet culture, it kind of has this toxic rule that if you enjoy something, you need to monetize it and then turn it into a project, brand it, make a business out of it. And people get tempted into that. So, like in gaming, you might want to start a streaming channel or like a YouTube channel for a sense, like myself included. Like, I'm not sitting here gaming, like, oh, yeah, I need to start a channel. I'm just like, I play games every day and I love to talk. So, like, yeah, I'll make a channel and I'll sit here and talk all day. Like, I enjoy this. Like, there's nothing wrong with this to me at all. But it seems like in today's society, all of the internet culture is saying you need to be hyper optimized. You need to be making money all the time, no matter what it is in all your hobbies. And don't get me wrong, if you can turn your hobby into a business, all the kudos fucking to you because that's probably the best life you can live. If you can turn something you love into your job, I mean, holy shit. Like if you're a surfer and you love surfing and you become a surf teacher, like a surfboard teacher, like I've never been surfing, but I feel like if I did, I would love that job. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like I kind of rambled there for a second. It's just we've completely killed the concept of just doing something casually just because it makes us happy anymore. Everything is just super competitive. Basketball games, even at like the smallest levels anymore, like the youngest levels. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day. His kids in like I forget what he said, like 6-year-old basketball. And the way he's describing these games, I mean, it basically sounds like AAU, but it's just for like a church league, like a local church league in our city. Like he knows all the stats of all the players, he knows the lineups of who's coming up next, and he's like genuinely excited because he thinks his child is going to like go big from all of these tournaments at such a young age. It's just crazy the way these parents talk about these tournaments and the way that they just overhype the fuck out of them. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's gotten to a point and we just need to knock it off as society. We need to be able to enjoy what we love to do without that pressure in the back of our minds just chirping at us saying we should always do more. Another thing people love to try and hyper optimize is their perfect morning routine fucking delusions that they have. You've seen the videos, everyone's seen the videos, everyone on earth has seen the videos where people wake up at like 5 a.m. for their aesthetic morning routine, or the dudes with like hardcore 5 a.m. or like, no. This is more like 3:30. The guys will wake up at like 3:30 a.m., hit the gym, be back home. They have like a business meeting. What's his name? The black guy that does like the running, Ashton Hall. Yeah, Ashton Hall. He does that. You know who I'm talking about. People like that. They buy into like these super rigid, hyper optimized schedules because we think structure is what's going to give us total control over our lives. We think it's the cure for feeling tired. Like we do this in the morning, it's just going to cure everything. I did this myself. I said earlier, I was super into like waking up early and going to the gym. I will not discredit it. It does give you like energy in the morning, right? Like you can wake up super early, feel energized, you get to work or school, whatever you're going to. and you feel good. You've been up since like 5 in the morning and you're feeling good. Like you're ready to roll. Like nothing can stop you. You got a workout in, you're showered, you eat, you feel amazing, honestly. But then again, you're going to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, maybe 10 at the latest. Like you're not going to be able to stay up super late. And yeah, that's not a bad thing I'm saying for anyone. But like me personally, I like to stay up later rather than get up earlier. Did I do it? Yeah. Was it fun? Not really. Did I think it cure everything? No, because before I just went to the gym after work and I still had like just as much time to get shit done because I just stayed up later. It's just more of a trade off. Like, I think people just believe that if they just do a certain structure, that their life will just fit into this magical little funnel and everything will just fall into place. That's just not how it works. Waking up early won't fix your problems unless you wake up to do the solutions to fix them. Like, just waking up early is not going to help your life at all unless you're waking up with a purpose. You need to wake up with purpose. Waking up with purpose will completely redirect your life rather than just waking up to go to the gym and follow Ashton Hall's morning schedule. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here. The next point I want to get into is when your mind is still like racing while you're still trying to relax. I know earlier I talked about like your hobbies, like casual hobbies like gaming or like sports, and how that can just kind of ruin it and just brings a lot of competitiveness into it, and it kind of just ruins the fun you're trying to have. I'm talking about when you do have like not shit to do. You're sitting in bed scrolling on your phone, or you have a couple hours at the end of the night and you just have nothing to do. You're sitting there overthinking about what you should be doing instead of what you actually are doing. So let's say you are just laying down scrolling on your phone or maybe playing a game. Back of your mind, you're sitting there thinking like, wow, I should really be reading a book or like going to the gym, working on that project, or maybe just researching something for work or school, trying to get better percent in any way possible. And having this kind of mindset will just completely destroy you having any chance of relaxing at any point throughout the day. Overthinking about things that you can't control in that moment is just going to drain your brain and your energy. And it's so not worth the just absolute toll it'll take on your mental health. Try and stay away from that. And that guilt you feel is exactly why everyone is exhausted. I'm telling you right now that just mental exhaustion you're putting yourself through constantly is what's dragging on you all day long. When you try and turn every single thing you do into a metric to track or goal to achieve, like you have to hit so many grams of protein, or you want to look so good by the end of the year, you have to be so good at a game, etc., you're just going to put yourself in a constant state of low level anxiety that you're never going to get out of because of the goals you set on yourself. Your brain needs moments where there's just absolutely no penalty for failure and it can just relax with no stressors at all, like no outside influence, just you, yourself, and peace and calm. Your brain genuinely needs this. It can't just be wired all the time, constantly thinking about the next situation or the next plan of action it wants to take. A good analogy I like to use for this is like, imagine you're driving a car and you're slamming on down on the gas. Your RPMs are going to redline. You're going to be redlining your car. And that's exactly what you're doing in your brain right now. You're thinking so hard about all these different optimizations you can make, whether it be like in your morning routine, your meal plans, your workouts, etc. All these different things. When you're pushing your brain to the absolute limit all the time, there's going to be a failure that happens at some point. And that's when you need to learn to take a step back and kind of learn to relax, let your brain just let off the gas for a little bit and just enjoy life. And I'm not saying you have to completely stop your routines. I'm not saying to completely let off the gas and just stop dead in your tracks and just don't do anything. No, I'm saying just to ease off of it a little bit. Maybe you're so strict in your schedule, you don't allow any time for just a little bit of relaxation. Maybe you give yourself an hour or two this week to go do, play some video games or go hang out with your friends or play some sports, or just go out for a walk or read a new book, just do something you enjoy. I just say, let yourself do whatever you want for a week. Stay up later, cheat on your meals, just allow some sort of dopamine to get in your system so it's not all doom and gloom in there. And just protect your peace like it's your most valuable asset. Because in this world, in this day and age, it just profits off your constant attention. So it literally is your most valuable asset. Protect it at all costs and just don't get sucked into whatever you're doing so much that you don't allow yourself to be happy and enjoy the process of what you're doing. And anyway, it's not like you're going to be falling behind in a week or 2 weeks that you take a little bit of time off to let yourself, recoup a little bit of energy and relax. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you guys found this interesting or maybe relatable in some sort of way. I kind of did, at least for a little bit of time in my life, I was super optimized and wanted to just be the best at everything. And taking a step back, it really does make you have a better view of life. It's definitely much more enjoyable. And I just think overall my happiness is just overall it's just better. It's more of a balance. It's not just so focused up in one area anymore. But if you guys did enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.